Positive, check.
Patrol desk, this is Twyla.
This is lift management. We have a possible evacuation, lift evacuation on momentum. Please stand by.
Copy. So, if you're in the aid room and you get the call that there's a possible chair evac, what you want to do is assemble all the patrollers together and begin forming your teams. Get the harnesses and the green bags, the green duffel bags out of the boot room and go ahead and have the people that are designated put the harnesses on. When management gives you the final go, they've told us preliminarily that we may be evacuating the lift. When they give you the final go, the hill leader or the incident commander will confirm with management that the lift is locked out. Not until the lift has been confirmed locked out do you begin the evacuation. The hill leader is going to assign someone to shuttle the equipment to the towers, and when they're shuttling the equipment to the towers, they're going to take a look at everything that's on the lift, who's there, if there's any patrollers, any ski school people, anyone that needs potentially evacuated first due to medical issues, and kind of get a count of the number of people that are on the lift. You're just going to be perusing as you're dropping off the equipment and taking a look at who we need to evacuate and who we're going to start evacuating first. So that's the first thing you're going to do as you're dropping off the equipment. And then the teams are going to begin positioning themselves according to those instructions as to where we're going to evacuate. And you should have hopefully enough people to position multiple teams throughout the chairs so that we can do multiple evacs at the same time. Patrollers and ski instructors and anyone that would be helping us do the evacuation are going to be taken down first. And of course, anyone with any medical emergencies. Also, as the teams are preparing to do the evac, they're going to do a quick inspection of the equipment. Check the harnesses, the rope, the knots, the hardware. Just kind of take a look at it. Everything should be in good working order when it's packed up, but you're going to take another quick look at the equipment to make sure that everything is as it is expected to be. And if you are going to need to use the launcher, make sure that whoever's using the launcher is familiar with the use of it and that you have great regard for using it as though you would for using a firearm. Do not dry fire the launcher. It's not a toy, and we want to make sure that when we're firing it, we're ready to launch a line over. When the guest reaches the ground, sometimes they may be a little disoriented, a little unstable. You might be on a steep incline. Just remember to help them get their balance before you let go of them so that when you let go, they can stand up. Also, give them a voucher. These are in the bags, and that voucher will give them a hot chocolate. And when they come in here to get their hot chocolate, there should be someone from the office or someone from the management team that will be there to take the ticket for the free hot chocolate, and then they will in turn gather the guest information and data that's needed by the management team. So it's kind of quid pro quo. They give the ticket for the free hot chocolate. Management will gather the information from them that's needed for any future use. So make sure you instruct them to go into the lodge and retrieve their free hot chocolate. And that's all you would need to do. Ideally, we will have someone again from management to be in there to take care of getting their information when they...
Patrol, radio check.
And then you might get a radio check while you're waiting on the final call. Also, once the chair is empty that you're evacuating, you're going to flip the line over the grip to continue moving downhill to get to the next chair. Once the operation is completed and all chairs have been evacuated, then the team should begin to gather the equipment back together and bag the rope and throw line and confirm that all equipment has been taken back up. So, and you're going to do a quick review on the hill to make sure that no equipment's left out on the hill and that everyone has been successfully evacuated. Once that is done, you can do that on the snowmobile. Whoever's riding the snowmobile can take a look, go back, run through the line and make sure that everything has been, everyone's been evacuated and all equipment has been gathered back up. Once that's been done, and only when you have confirmed that everyone's evacuated and all equipment has been regathered, then you can, the hill leader or the incident commander can give the call to the management team and tell them that they can they can remove the lockout from that lift. That would allow the lift to begin to run again when they have taken care of whatever maintenance issue there was that caused it to go down. And then also, after all the equipment has been gathered, before it is repackaged and put up, it has to be re-inspected. And so that means that the team that's doing the evac is probably not going to be the team that is going to repackage the equipment, just because of the duration of time. The ropes might need to be hung up to dry, and all the equipment needs to be checked to make sure there's no damage. If any equipment is damaged, make note of it and do not pack it back up. We want to replace it or repair it. So also we want to make sure that that information is documented. And then also, as the Hill Leader or Incident Commander, you're going to want to have a very thorough transition with the incoming Hill Leader when you transition off of your shift, to let them know what happened and all the details of the evac, in case there's any questions later that day, or in case management comes back and you're gone. Make sure it's all passed on to the next person and documented as well. Also, you're going to want to make sure that our patrol director is made aware of it. So make sure that all that information is well documented before you leave. It's also a great idea to sit down with your team that did the evac and include anyone that was not on patrol that participated, and just debrief. Make sure we document and discuss what went well, what went wrong, what we need to change, what we need to do better, what we need to do different, and just make sure you have a thorough decompression and everyone's concerns, anxieties, and issues are heard and addressed. It would also be ideal if you make any documentation of that, so that the next, any other patrollers that might have an evac in the future can learn from whatever you did right and whatever you might have did wrong. So we want to make sure that that's fully documented as well. So should you get the call that there is a possible lift evac that's required out on the hill, go ahead and begin to get the equipment out, assemble your teams, think about what you need to go through, and be prepared if you get the final confirmation that the lift needs to be evacuated. And Patrol Desk, this is Twyla.
This is lift operations. We've got momentum up and running. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, if they get the lift running, there is no need to do the cherry vac. And you have prepared, but you don't need to go. But it's better to be ready and not needed than needed and not ready.